This is a presentation of the United States Australian Football League, the USAFL.
Alex fullback, okay? Alex C, back pocket, okay?
Hey, boys. All right. Use your voice all day. Use your voice, okay? Swannaroos on three. 1, 2, 3. Swannaroos. Let's go, boys. 1, 2, 3, 3.
Strong in that order was fantastic.
And welcome back here to Dublin, Ohio for the Eastern and Central Super Regional of the women's competition. We have reached the finals here today as both teams won their opener against DC Eagles here today, and our finals will be Minnesota Freeze taking on the Austin Crows. And as we get ready for action, as both teams take to the field here in Dublin. It has been a perfect day here in Dublin. The sun is out, it is bright, it is warm. There has been no participation in the air, so here we go. As they toss the ball up here to start game number 3 here today of the women's competition. And the Freeze will get the ball and post it forward, and it's being punched away, pucked back up by the Freeze as the ball dribbles away. It's on the ground, and the Crows try to scramble for it, and they'll get a tie up there. And it will go to a free kick here for, I believe, no, they're going to toss it back up, take that back. And here's the toss up, and the kickoff. Ball on the ground as they go for it, and coming away with it is the Crows. With it is Lindy Terse. And she gets tripped over, and we're going to get a free kick here for the Crows. Lindsay Terse puts her foot into it, a nice high driving kick, and going for the mark off the defensively get a mark though, as the ball bounces to Georgie's hands. And Georgie will get the ball back thrown up here as the ball hits the ground as the Crows come away with it. With the ball is Hernandez as she gets the ball out of bounds, and we'll do it again here. This time they'll throw it in from the boundary. It'll be a free kick here for the Freeze. And a deep driving kick, and the mark not made. Ball on the ground as it goes down to the floor was Kathleen Georgius. They'll toss it back up, and we'll get going here. Opening moments here of the first quarter. And game number 3 here in the competition. This is our championship game between the Minnesota Freeze and the Austin Crows. The Crows defeated DC Eagles here today, 34-4. And the Freeze defeated the Eagles earlier today as they won 103-3. And now bring to our championship game here in the regional finals. As the ball continues to be moved around, picked up there by the Crows. Going to be moved forward, picked up again. Ball loose, and the Crows trying to stay with it, and the Freeze come up with it, and it gets smothered there. The ball is on the ground, picked up again. We get a kick towards the goal. High mark, and going to get a free kick into the goal area, and it's going to be a behind for the first points of today's 3 p.m. game. And the first quarter goes to Minnesota with the behind. Here's the kick out. And we get a nice mark there for the Freeze. Ball kicked around. And goes out on the far side. Toss in. Ball batted around, picked up by the Crows. It's smothered there. The ball dribbles free. Another toss in. And play stops. They'll do it again here. Another behind the back toss coming in. Ball bounded up in the air, picked up again by the Crows. There's a kind of a pile of humanity there, moving the ball around. The Crows come away with it with the handball, lose control, picks it back up. As the scramble continues here, they get the kick out, and a mark made. Nice play there for the Crows with the mark. And a second mark. This one keep the Crows moving forward. Another short pass with the kick. Going to roll away to the right side. Picked up there, gets it in the air, and picked up by the Freeze. As they move the ball down. Picked up again now by the Crows. The Freeze steal it right back. Crows going to get a shot taken there. That is Terse taking a shot. And getting the ball back down, and it's going to go back the other way. Ball gets loose. Picked up there on the bounce. They'll get the pass out. The handball goes over. Here they comes the Crows trying to make a move inside. Can't quite do it. It'll go down to the ground. And they'll give the ball back to the Freeze. As the ball goes right downfield. Kick is down and on the ground, picked up again by Minnesota. As they get the ball out, overshoots one of the players and picked up there by the Crows. They'll get it out into open field towards the corridor. And it's picked up there. He'll run across, get the boot into it, and it's going to clear everybody. Go all the way down as the ball continues to roll. It'll come in play, and it gets knocked out of bounds. And here's the toss. Punch at the ball, and it goes forward. Picked up there by the Freeze as they get the kick off. It's going to get over the heads of the Crows. The Crows are going to run it down. They're going to turn around and make a boot on it, and that is Schaefer as the ball goes into the 50-meter area. Picked up there by the Crows. Kicked there by by Hernandez as the kick goes through. Now they get out on the right side. Elisa McDonald going to pick that up and drop it. Here's the toss, and again, play on the far side. Down the center, hand pass out. Picked up there by the Crows. Another hand pass down low. Ball dribbles picked up there by the Freeze. Now they can't get it, and they soccer along the line as it stays on the ground. Still continue to move down. They kick the ball forward. Picked up there by the Freeze. And they got tackled as the kick was trying to be made. And it'll go to the Crows on the free kick. Here's the kick. And the mark made. I believe that's Terse on the mark. Another punt in. This one is down the line, and it's going to be knocked out close to the boundary. Stays in bounds. They're going to get it. It's smothered there. Nice play as the ball's loose. Crows continue to move the ball. Couple of handballs, gets it out. A punt goes down, and it's going to be defensively marked there by the Freeze, and they'll set up there and get this kick away, and the kick pass is deep. back into the court and recovered there by the Freeze. Here's the second one, and they're going to get another nice mark. Oh, drops the ball, but they'll continue to play on as it's soccer down the field down the right side. And they'll stop play here, and I believe it'll be a free kick. Going back to the Freeze. High driving kick down the right side, and it's going to be marked there defensively by the Crows. Haley Kostesnik on the play. Here's the kick. Again, the Freeze make a nice play on it and get the mark. April Munn on the play. Here's the punt, and again, and it's going to be over to defense, and as they're going to dribble it down and around, as they kick it around, there's the tackle made, ball's loose, and it still comes out loose, and here it comes the Freeze up. We're going to get a whistle stop and play here. Get a free kick here for the Crows. Kick pass is to the left side. Going to be knocked away by the Freeze. And he'll go out of bounds and they'll throw it in. 1-0's our score here. Unfortunately, we got fans in front of the scoreboard, so we can't quite. We're going to be able to have to try to tally it on our own here. Kind of silly for them to sit there, but that's where they're at. Here's the toss in. Ball batted in the air, picked up there by the Crows. Quick kick. It is out towards the middle, and it's going to be on the ground, picked up by the Freeze. Ball going to be scrambled for. And we'll see how they roll this one. And it will go to the Freeze on a free kick. Sophie Pfluger with the kick. High mark, and defensively coming up, knocking the ball down was the Crows. As the ball comes out, Freeze can get it back. And another whistle tiling it up. We'll toss it up here and keep the play going. High mark as they get it down. Nice tackle, but it was a great hand pass to keep the ball alive as it continues to move around. Ball on the ground, reaching down low, picking it up for the Freeze. They're going to kick downfield. Ball's going to get by 2 defenders and be picked up there by the Crows as they're going to get the kick out. The Freeze is going to try to get it right back with Pfluger. Pfluger's kick is on the ground, picked up there by Sigala. And there'll be a free kick here to the Crows. And they get the kick off. Down the left side. Ball's loose. Picked up there by the Crows. He'll hit the ground. They'll get the hand pass. And we're going to have stoppage and play again. I believe it'll be the Crows with another free kick here. And that's exactly what's happening. They're going to do a handball as they get it all out. And a quick kick down the left side. Ball loose, and it'll squiggle out of bounds. So with the ball is the Freeze on the free kick. High driving kick down the far side, and that'll go out of bounds again. And the Crows will get a chance with the ball. 1-0's our score here in the first quarter. High driving kick, deep on the left side, bounces high as it rolls down and again goes out of the boundary. And here comes the toss in. And we'll do that one again. Nice high flip. And we might try it one more time. Yep, third time's the charm here. And move out a little bit, give you a little bit more room. And high flip. That is a good one, and that will be headed there by the Freeze as they lose control of the ball, picked up by the Crows. Handball around. Ball's loose as it gets out of the pile. Freeze have it, and they give a quick kick out, and they get the mark. Georgie with the mark. She'll give it a big kick going down the sideline. Again, a nice move there by the Freeze. They'll get out into open territory as the ball's loose, and it's going to be picked up by the one defender for the Crows. And that's the end of the quarter. So, one behind in the score. It's 1-0. You're watching USAFL's regional, super regional from Dublin, Ohio.
This presentation of the USAFL is brought to you by Tasmanian. Quietly pursue the extraordinary. Coopers. Australian made and owned. Coopers Beer. Aussie Sports USA. The official apparel provider of the USAFL. Odin Mortgage and Tax, Australian mortgages and taxation for expats and overseas residents. CyberSolve IQ, the inaugural cybersecurity partner of the USAFL. Two Hands Restaurant, fueling your lifestyle. Watch AFL, stream every match overseas. Brown Brothers, family winemakers since 1889. HBC Event Services. Premier Sports Medicine, and the members of the USAFL.
As we enter the second quarter here in Dublin, it's 1-0. Crows with the lead in this championship game here in the Super Regional between the Minnesota Freeze and the Austin Crows. Here's the toss, and here's the play as the ball continues to roll around. Picked up there by the Freeze. They're going to get it out. Quickly, Georgie tries to come down with it, can't do it as the ball gets loose again. And there's a tie up there. Reaching in, tying up was Liz Ed for the Freeze as the ball gets loose, and they're going to kick it loose. And it's right to one of the Crows. They'll kick it deep, going the opposite way. A big mark opportunity. Dropped there by the Crows, but picked up there by Jacqueline Schaefer. She almost came down with a really excellent mark. Here's the shot. Kick again, and now we got the mark. Another big kick into traffic as the ball's loose, as they go down for the ball. And it continues to be in play, and now down. We'll see how the umpire calls this one. There's going to be a toss-up here as they continue to play on. Big punch of the ball, moves to go forward. Ball's on the ground as they sock it around. Little handball getting the ball loose as they try to give it up with it. As the Freeze come up with it, they get a kick out. But right there for the Crows is Kostenzik as she was able to get the play. Or that's Kylie Hahn, number 26 there. And again, a nice mark there for the Crows. Crows lead by 1. Here's the boot. Nice deep kick. Gonna get loose. Picked up there, and the ball is again still on the ground. Picked up by the Freeze. Still trying to clear it defensively. Ball's gonna hit the ground and move. Big bounce and gets down. Picked up there by Hoa as she gets the ball out. Ball on the ground, picked up there by the Freeze. And falling down and covering it was number 20, Corey Daling. And she'll put a big boot into it. And a ball down in the oval, down in the right corner. They kick it up with the defense from the Crows. They get the ball out towards the corridor. Ball going to be loose, picked up by Georgie. Georgie going to get tackled from behind. And I think they're going to get a free kick here to the Freeze. Or, excuse me, to the Crows. As they get the kick off. Ball bounces in a nice play by hand pass out as they move it downfield. Kylie Hahn trying to bring that one down there for the Crows. Give it back over to the Freeze. Nice little kick as they get the ball moving. Another big boot downfield. Defensively coming in, making a play is the Crows getting the mark. Keeping the Freeze in check here early in the first quarter. Or excuse me, second quarter. As the ball's loose. On the ground, picked up there by the Freeze as they move the ball up. Handball it out. They got a runner. They get the handball out again. Intercepted there by the Crows, and it's going to be a kick that was smothered as the ball rolls around, but the Crows are there to pick it up. Picking it up is Segala. She gets Segala the kick. Handball forward. And again, a big kick this time by Poor Boy for the Crow. For the Freeze as the ball gets loose. So free kick here to the Crows as Marissa Poorboy will put her foot into it as the ball goes over to defense and is picked up there by the Freeze as they get the kick out. And again, the Crows defensively are back and the ball will dribble out of bounds on the right side of the oval. And the flip over the back, and again, a punch out as the ball's loose. As the big kick here, and it is going to be in for a goal for the Freeze. So the first goal of the game here goes to the Freeze, and it's 6-1. Here's the toss up and a big hand fold going forward. Going down on the ground looking for it. The Freeze come away with it. Handball's going to be smothered as the ball's on the ground. Again, picked up there by the Crows. They outlet it, but Georgie's there to get on the ball for the Freeze. She'll handball, no, the ball's going to be knocked and stripped away. Big defensive play there by Kylie Hahn for the Crows. Crows will get the ball and they'll kick it away. Kick it in, and a nice mark there by number 31, Lindsay Kostenzik. They get the kick off again. And it's a high kick, and it's off the ground. The Crows come away with it. Schaefer with the ball. She's going to punt it out, and it's going to get over They'll get in kind of blocked away, picked up defensively there by the Freeze. They'll clear it out. The ball's loose. Picked up. Ball's again loose. And coming away with it is Poor Boy. She gives it a big boot. And it is going to roll towards the goal line. It's going to be picked up there by the Freeze. Again, defensively, the Freeze doing what they can to keep the Crows out of scoring area. And the ball's loose. Picked up there by Terse. She'll give it a boot. Going back in, trying to get a mark. Ball just juggled and loose. And it's right there at the foot. Picking up was Schaefer. We got a hit in the back on the head here. We're going to have to see if she's okay. We're going to take like a little injury timeout here. They're going to help her off. See if we can find out who that is. Can't quite see the number from the backside. Well, we'll try to update you when we find out who that was. As play will play on here momentarily. Ball pounded in. It's down and low, close to the goal line. As they get a scramble for it. Ball's loose on the ground. Trying someone to pick it up. The Freeze almost got it. Going down low is Terse trying to get the ball. Unable to. They get it around the left side. Williamson with the ball, and the ball's now loose on the right side as they run it down. And there is Medbegi looking for the ball, and is going to go around the corner. The Crows continue to get a high bounce. Picked up there by the Freeze. They'll get the ball smothered as it was kicked out of the way, and is soccered out. Picked up there by Hoa as she gets the big kick, and it goes down the corridor. Picked up there by the Crows as they move the ball up. A kick down the right side of the oval, and it will go to the Freeze on a mark. The Freeze kicked the ball out. High bounce. Going to roll down the right side. As it continues to roll down the left there on the wrong side of the other side of the field from us. As the ball continues to move around. Here comes the Crows coming out with it. A high kick. And it is going to be defensively marked there by the Freeze. The Freeze leads 6-1. Big kick and a big mark there for the Freeze. Making that mark, number 20 is Daling. Big kick. Goes downfield. And it's going to be off the hands of the Crows as it reaches the boundary. Stays in bounds. Picked up there by the Freeze. Handball it out. And it's going to, Crows are going to get a kick out. And making the defensive mark was Jessica Stewart. She's looking and she's going to back up and give it a boot herself. We'll see what she chooses to do here. She'll try to pass it out towards the corridor, and it's going to be knocked around, picked up there by the Crows. Ball going to be handballed out, picked up by Georgie. She goes left side. They go back right side. Left side as the ball's loose again. Going to soccer it around. On the ground, picked up there by the Freeze. And then we got a stoppage in play here, and we'll toss it up. Play will continue. Big jump there for the ball as they come away. In open field, there's a big kick, and it's going to go towards the behind and get in for a score for a behind for the Freeze. That make it 7-1. And here's the kick from the square. As the ball is kicked out, it hits the back and bounces backwards. As the ball's loose. As it goes down the far side. Dribbled down around, and Crows looks like they jumped on it. Can ball it out. They'll get a kick going the other way. And this one will go out of the boundary, and they'll have to throw it in. Got a free kick here for the Crows. No, they're going to toss it in. My original statement was correct. All right, there's the ground ball there. They're going to get that. That was partly smothered there, picked up on the defensive side by the Freeze. They'll clear it and turn around kick. Nice kick. Hits in the ground, picked up by the Crows. They'll soccer it down the other way. Ball gets loose. And again, they'll go down the right sideline towards the other end of the Crows bench. High pass. Again, the ball high off the ground. They'll handball it out. The Freeze are within control. Nice boot going downfield. We got a marked possibility and dropped the ball on the play was Hoa, but it continued to play. And again, the Crows going to continue to work that right side of the boundary as they continue to go down, and they made two nice marks in a row. As they'll continue to march downfield. Here's a big kick. They had a person down there, and she can't get it. As the ball's loose, it's going to high tackle type scenario there, and they bring it down. Nice kick again. Again, nice smother there by the Crows defense as the ball gets loose. Seven one's our score. 1-1-7 for the Freeze. 0-1-1 for Austin. As the ball gets loose, as it goes down. Very competitive game here between these two. Another toss in, high bounce. Ball is going to be battered around as it rolls down. It's going to get loose, and the Freeze are going to jump on it and then lose control of it. And they'll toss it back in. High picked off there by the Freeze. They'll work it back up. A little pop-up. Going to be short of a couple players. It's inbounds as they continue. Lost control by the crew. By the Crows, picked up by the Freeze. A big kick on the move, and it gets it out. Another kick into open territory, and we get a whistle stop and play. And that is the quarter, I think. Yes, it is. So we have reached halftime here in Dublin with the score 7-1. The Freeze up. This is the Super Regional from Dublin, Ohio. To the third quarter here, the second half of today's championship matchup between the Austin Crows and the Minnesota Freeze. The Freeze leading by 6, 7-1 here as we enter the third quarter. As we get the ball rolling as it rolls down, and the Freeze trying to grab on it. Georgie with the ball. She'll drop it, and it'll picked up there by the Crows. It gets handled around and picked up again. Another kick forward here by the Crows. Big bounce taken. Going to roll out to the right side as the ball goes down into the corner and out from the on the boundary. So it really isn't a corner on an oval, but needless to say, I think I get my point across, right? Here's the toss in. As the ball gets loose again. Our cameraman and audio guy is Eric Graham. I'm Tim Continenza, bringing today's third game here from Dublin, Ohio in the Super Regional. Another kick down, and this ball is going to get nicely marked there by the Freeze as they continue to get the ball forward. Again, another live mark. Nice play here for the Freeze. There's the kick, and it's deep. High and bounces away. The Crew trying to get defensively in position as they get it quickly out to Diana Sosa as she... Oh, we got a little poke in the eye there accidentally, I think. And the Crows will get the free kick. Actually, they're going to throw it in. Take that back. We're going to get a throw in here on the left side of the oval. And here's the Crows trying to get the ball back out, and they kick it away from the Freeze. Ball bounces around. Georgie trying to get it for the Freeze as the ball bounces again. As they get it back out, it's going to be a live ball picked up there. Nice kick on the run, and they're looking for a big mark. Can't quite get it. Running the ball down for the Crow was Krista Valdez. She couldn't quite get to it as the ball gets by, and quickly picked up there by Barbara Williamson. Ball going to come down by us. Picked up as it goes down on the ground. Fighting for the ball is Segala. And Jessica Stewart. Here's the toss up. Ball on the ground. They're going to center it forward, kicking it. Pick it up by the Freeze on the ground. Going to handball it out. Nice play. Get it out to Sosa. She kicks it out front. Ball's going to on the ground. It's going to be soccered around. Trying to pick it up defensively where it's the Crows, but offensively picked up by Stewart. She'll hand pass it out front. Picked up again by the Freeze. It's going to be smothered. Ball on the ground. Picked up this time by the Crows as they move the ball around. Crows continue to try to make some room here and to get around the corner. They're going to get the kick off as it goes forward. Picked up there by Leonard as it goes out. And they're going to get it tackled down. Ball's loose as they continue to roll around. As the Freeze pick it up again. This time they get it out to Sophie Fluger. As they give it back out. Again, ball on the ground. They're going to push her down and then pick up there by the Crows. They'll get it back out. As running down the ball was Lindsay Terse. Again, the Freeze defensively make the play and get the big kick out and the mark. Another kick down the side, punched away, picked up by the Freeze, hand pass. Gets it out one more time. Big kick, looking for the mark. Ball bounces on the ground. It's going to be soccered up and hit away again as it continues to roll and play. And down goes one of the Crows. And she'll scurry off the field and they'll get it replaced here. Here comes the toss in. Ball batted around, picked up by the Crows, dropped again. Handball going to be slapped backwards. Ball on the loose. Crows trying to defensively get the ball out. They do a little bit, but we're going to have a stoppage in play, and then we'll go to a free kick here. And for the Crows, they get the kick out. And a nice defensive mark there for the Freeze as they continue to put the offensive pressure on the Crows. Here's the deep kick. Looking for the mark, and it's defensively going to be caught there by the Crows. Handball goes to the left side. Going to be lost, picked up, and down it goes. Ball's loose as it continues to play. Another handball from the ground. Ball's loose, and then the Freeze trying to reach down and grab it. Going to be knocked away again as it continues to work it back up to the mid-quarter. Here's the kick. A nice play and a mark there for Catherine Hoha. Catherine Hoha will take a long run at this one. Here's the kick. Deep pass, and it's going to be defensively caught there as they roll it out to the left side. Konsensic with the ball, she drops it and then moves it forward. Picked up again. The Freeze trying to make a play. Gets the kick out, and it's going to be knocked around on the ground. Picked up by the Crows. They'll get a nice kick out there to clear some area. And again, the Freeze continue to keep the pressure on the Crows. Get the ball back in. Here they run down the far side. The kick is up, and it is going to roll down the right side towards the goal line and go out just shy of the post. And here's the toss, and then hand knocked it around again. The Crows defense hanging in there tight, trying to prevent a big play here from the Freeze as they continue to really tighten up and not allow them to get inside that scoring area. Here's another kick to kind of clear the way. But the Freeze offense has been very relentless, keeping the pressure on the defense of the Austin Crows. The throw in. Crows going to get the ball as they grow to the ground. It's going to get loose. As we see humanity once again down there. Can't quite see over the crown of the field, but that's all right. The Crows are going to get a free kick out of it. And here's the kick. And again, defensively, there was the Freeze one more time coming down with the mark. Keeping the pressure on this Crows defense and a 7-1 ball game. Another nice play and a mark. Hallie Konsensic comes down with it. Another big kick. And off the fingertips, and it's picked up by the Crows. Going to get it out, and the ball's loose. Nice tackle from behind as the ball came loose again. The Crows were going to try to clear it, and they'll clear it down towards us. A nice spiraling kick into open field. It's going to be run down here by the Freeze. Picking it up is Sophie Pfluger. She makes a put into it, and it's going to go off one of her teammates' hands, and the Crows are there to pick it up. Crows are going to try to handball it out, and it's picked up again here by the Freeze. Georgie goes down to the ground, picked up again as they roll around with Sigala trying to get the ball back. Again, a nice defensive play here by the Crows as they're able to get it. They roll out to the left side. They'll get the hand pass out. Here's the kick, and it's partly smothered as the ball goes down to the ground. Picked up there by the Crows as they get it back out. Terse on the kick. And as it goes down into the right side, a little soccer ball picking it and a kick out. Last there touch there by Catherine Rowe for the Crows. So we'll get the throw in here. And handballed it out and picked up there by the Freeze. Bringing it out is Segala. She gets the kick out. And the ball's going to run down and picked up again here by the Crows. By Poor Boy as she gets it back out. Here comes the Freeze as they lose control of the ball, but they down, pick it back up was Hoa as they get it back out. Quickly kicking downfield was Lizette, and that is going to go down close to the goal. It's going to bounce back, picked up loose ball, and it looks like the Crows may have fallen on it. Let's see what they call here. And it's going to be the Crows coming away with the kick. Short kick, and it goes over to defense and is picked up there, but then again, they'll clear it out. One more time. Big kick again. Here it is. Going to roll down here. Picked up by the defense of the Crows. It's going to be partly smothered as the ball goes down. Picked up as they move it down course. Poor Boy was there as they continue to roll around. Down is Segala. She gets the ball, gets it out, and we got a kick for April Munn for the goal. So April Munn gets on the scoreboard. And that makes it 13-1. So the Freeze able to take advantage, kind of break down some of that Crows tenacity's defense. They've been playing a lot on their side of the field. And they just unable to really get any momentum offensively, getting past midfield or going up through the corridor or through the sides. Here's the toss. And the play continues. The ball bounces around. Georgie goes down and picks it up. It's stolen away there by Terse as she works it down inside. Ball then loose at one more time. It gets out on the ground, bounce pass high, and it's knocked around again. Soccer downfield. Picked up by the Crows, and they're going to clear it. Nice kick out. Ball going to get some momentum, moves forward. It bounces off a couple people as it moves down. Again, now back towards the corridor. Big kick here. And it is going to be almost picked off there. As good defense by the Freeze. As they continue to put some pressure on. And they get the ball cleared. High kick. This possible mark going to fall just short. Ball on the ground picked up there by Singala. They get it back out. And again, a kick off the ankles of a Crow. And they're going to kick it back out into open territory. He's going to take a nice roll, and he's going to be picked up there as they move forward. Here's a tackle there. Big tackle for the Freeze by Sophie Pfluger. They'll get the ball back here for the Freeze. Here's the kick and the mark. Kick down the right side. Going to be knocked away. Picked up there by the Crows as they come up with it is Konstanzik as she marks it back outside on the far side. Ball loose. And I think we have a whistle, and we'll let them unpile and throw this up again. Play continues in this 13-1 game in this championship game. The Freeze up by 12. Ball batted around, picked up. The Freeze continue to handball it around. Nice kick to clearing. And the Crows defense is there to get the mark. And that is the end of the third quarter. So the Freeze add to the score, and they now lead 13-1 after 3/4 time here in Dublin, Ohio, in the Super Regionals between the Central and the Eastern Divisions. You're watching USAFL.
This presentation of the USAFL is brought to you by Tasmanian. Quietly pursue the extraordinary. Coopers. Australian made and owned. Cooper's Beer. Aussie Sports USA, the official apparel provider of the USAFL. Odin Mortgage and Tax, Australian mortgages and taxation for expats and overseas residents. CyberSolve IQ, the inaugural cybersecurity partner of the USAFL. Two Hands Restaurant, fueling your lifestyle. Watch AFL, stream every match overseas. Brown Brothers, family winemakers since 1889. HBC Event Services, Premier Sports Medicine, and the members of the USAFL.
We enter the fourth quarter here from Dublin in the Super Regionals as the Minnesota Freeze lead by 12, 13-1 over the Austin Crows. Here's the toss to start the quarter. Ball blasted around into the corner. Down by the far side by the benches. And a tackle made there. And they'll toss it up again. Another big hit. And move it downfield. Crows looking for their first goal here of tonight's nightcap. They won their opener 34-4 against DC, while the mid-game had Minnesota winning 103-3 over DC. So the Eagles got their 2 games in. And now you got the championship game here, and it's 13-1. Ball batted around, picked up again by the Freeze. A nice kick to clear it out. Ball loose, run down there by the defense of the Crows as they're going to kick the ball forward. It'll run out of the boundary on the far side by the benches. There's the kick. Nice May. Defensively there by the Freeze. They'll clear it out. The kick will come towards us as the race is on for the ball. As they get it, and another big kick here for the Minnesota Freeze and Nicole Murley. Ball gets loose again. The Crows come up with it. Nice handball going to go out to the middle. They'll kick it forward. Ball bounces high. There's a fight for the ball, and it's down there by the Freeze. They clear it again, and this time another bounce over to defense, and it continues to roll. Another kick, and it goes out of bounds as as Marissa Poorboy knocks the ball across the boundary. Here's the toss in. The Crows get it, and then quickly they kick it. It rolls down the field. Waiting for the ball and coming up quickly, going to the ground, picking up the ball there for the Freeze. It'll be a free kick here another toss-up as they get the ball back out. Crows with it, looking for some help. As they get it out, Williamson gets the kick off and the ball batted around. Freeze come down with it. It's getting a little rough play as they get the ball kicked away. As the ball going to get knocked out of bounds. We'll get another throw in here. Big high throw. Batted around. Volleyball picked up there by the Freeze. And there's a big outlet. Get it out to Daling. She'll kick it forward. And picked up again by the Freeze. Now the ball's loose again. Picked up by the Crows. They'll try to get it out from underneath their own goal, and a big high kick towards the corridor. Going to be picked up there by the Freeze Singala. And we do have an injured player down here. Unfortunately for the Crows, on the floor is Marissa Poorboy. Looks like she has a cramp in her neck and may have got injured in that area. She'll walk off the field here and get some attention. (13-1's our score, with the Freeze in the lead. We're in the fourth quarter. The Freeze have the ball in the free kick. Diana Sosa will do the kicking once we get back into play. Now we'll play on. Here's the big boot. High there, and a mark made for the Freeze right in front of the goal. So it's a longer one, but again, a straight on kick. Here's the kick. It's deep, and it is good for a goal. So it goes to 19-1. The Freeze in the lead. Freeze with their third goal of the match. They have one behind, so it's 3-1-19 for the Freeze. 0-1-1 for the Crows here in the championship game here in the regional finals. As the ball goes down, picked up by the Freeze as they move down on the far side, dribble the ball on the ground, pick it back up, move it around, handball pass. They continue to get into the open areas. A big kick, and it again hits towards the goal, and this one will be a behind. And I'll make it 20-1. Oh, that was a goal. Okay, they're going to say it went through the... from my vantage point, I thought it was a behind, but that is a goal, and it's now 25-1. So here's the toss-up, and again, big crash, and here comes the Crow as they move the ball forward. Picked up there by the Freeze. As they bring the ball up, that is Burroughs Chen with the ball. And as the Crows try to steal the ball away, ball batted around. It's going to be picked up, and the Crows will try to get it smothered away. Big smother there by Sosa as they move the ball forward. Another big kick. This one going down, and again, the Crows defense is under some duress as they dug down by the power tower. And another big kick. Going down the far boundary to keep the ball in play. You're going to whistle, and it should go Freeze way, I believe. It is. Here's the big kick. And defensively, there was the Crows on the mark. Here's the kick. Crows down the far side. And again, this playing a little catch here. Singala makes the play, I believe, on the far side there for the Freeze. Another high kick, and this one is going to roll down. And I believe it will go out of the boundaries. And he'll throw it in. High toss. Ball batted around. Picked up again. Lost control as the ball's down loose. Picked up and there's the kick. He'll try to clear it. And a nice mark there for the Crows. Another high kick. Again, big jump. Ball on the ground. Scramble for it. Picked up by the Crows. They're going to get a small kick off, and it's going to be held there. And I believe we're going to get a free kick here. Another maybe toss up. We'll see what. We're going to get a toss in here. Ball battles high. Fisted away. Picked up again. Cleared. Bounces over a Crow. As the ball bounces up, that is, I believe, Terse trying to get the ball as the ball gets down low. And again, it kicks down this far side. And again, it's going to kick and it'll be smothered, but picked up again by the Freeze as they move the ball up. Again, this one kind of clear it towards the middle into the open field. Picked up there by the Freeze as they get the kick off. That is Murley with the kick. And the ball's going to be battered around and soccered around inside the 50-meter marker. There's the kick. And it is good for a goal. Another goal here for the Freeze. And it goes to 31-1. So the Freeze, with 3 goals here in the fourth quarter, taking a commanding lead now, 31-1. Boy, it's been impressive defense that the Freeze have had today. They held the DC Eagles to 3 in their game previously, where they won 103-3, and they're currently up in this one 31-1 over the Austin Crows. Here's the ball battered around, picked up by the Crows. Going to be lost as they move forward. As they get the ball loose, picked up by Terse. She'll get a foot into it, and it'll hit some open territory. Picked up by the Freeze. Nice kick. And they know where their players are going to be. We talked to them between the games. They know where some of their teammates are supposed to be, and they seem to be able to find those open spaces. Big kick again. Ball battered around, picked up there by the Crows. They're going to lose it, and this ball going to be packed up there quickly by Burroughs Shen as she gets the ball across. The Crows will try to clear it defensively. Ball bounces high and takes a weird bounce again, and the ball's loose. Nice check there as they bring the ball up, as Elsor makes the kick as they move it up. We're trying to get the tackle there, and we're right on the boundary. They can keep her in. And we'll get another toss in here. And play on as the ball gets on the ground. They'll scoop it up and it'll go across the boundary, and we'll do it again. This time we'll get the toss in here. Big high toss. Slapped around. Ball picked up there by the Freeze. Stripped away. And the Crows will come away with it. Big kick down the corridor. This ball is going to bounce away. And he's going to get picked up there by the Freeze as Paige Thill comes down with it. Ball batted around. Going to be knocked around by Terse as she gets around with it. Falls on the ground. Let's see who comes up with it. It's the Crows. As they get it around, another kick into the open territory. A nice mark mare made for the Crows by Krista Valdez. And there's the kick again, and it goes down court. Again, looking for some help. A good grounder picked up. Handball getting into open territory, picked up again by the Crows. They'll try to get a foot onto it, and as the ball moves around, Again, it's on the ground. Nice pick up there by the Crows. Here's an open kick towards the goal line, and it's going to be short. Picked up there by the Crows. They'll keep it alive. Terse with the ball as she gets tackled as they move it down, and here comes a loose ball picked up here by the Crows. Handball it out. Get over to Williamson. She takes a shot at it, and it's going to be deflected away and across the line. And they'll throw it back in here. High toss, ball battered around. Picked up by the Freeze as they're going to kick it towards us. And it's going to roll away. And it goes out of bounds. So they'll throw it in one more time here. Big high throw. As it goes down and as they pass it back up, looking for the ball as it's soccered on the ground. And they go down as Terse goes to get to it, and it's covered up. Here's the toss up. The ball in play as they continue to move forward. We get another whistle, and that is the game. The final whistle has occurred. And the final score is 31-1 as the Freeze give up a total of 4 points here today in the two games as they come away with the Super Regional Championship. Congratulations to the Minnesota Freeze for a great job here tonight. Congratulations to all three teams for the competition and to the Austin Crows for what they achieved today, winning their opener earlier this morning at 9 a.m. as they defeated the DC Eagles 34-4. But they fall here today in the championship game in the Super Regional to the Minnesota Freeze 31-1. We had a terrific championship matchup between the Freeze and the Crows as the Freeze come away with a 31-1 victory. And joining us now is Kaya Segala and Paige Thill. Talk about your defense in both games. My goodness gracious, only 4 total points, 4 behinds. Dominate.
Yeah. Let Paige take that one as the defensive captain.
Yeah, so defense has long been a core tenet of our club, and we just showed up today, and I think that's what really carried us through to the end of this tournament. You know, having a quick turnaround between games versus the Crows had a long rest. I think it showed in that first quarter, but the defense kind of bent, didn't break, held us in it at the beginning so that our offense could kick it in gear and just take off with the rest of the game.
It seems like the defense spurs the offense. With your team and that it seems that sets the tone, and then you take advantage of what is available to you.
Exactly, yes. So we like at the halfback line to set that tone, don't let it get past there, and make sure that it starts with us and push it up through our midfield to the forwards in order to keep the pressure off and keep the footy on the side of the field that is most advantageous.
Talk about playing in the heat in the second half. There was a second game today. I mean, obviously it was much cooler at noon. It's just starting to get warm up at that time, but at 3 p.m. it was kind of like the heat of the day.
It's funny you ask that or say that because we were just talking to our coach, and that second half he just kept saying, guys, they're more tired than you are. And we're like, oh my God, how can that be possible? Yeah. And he's like, just now. I had no idea if that was true, but that helped us. So we play for each other. Each of us sees each other out there working hard. I'm dying out there, and one of my back line is like, hey, Kai, I see you. You're doing great. Keep going. And that we play for each other out there. We keep going for each other.
You know, I had a chance to talk to Georgie earlier and with Catherine, and they both said guys kind of work in pairs throughout the year, and then you kind of know where each other at. Just talk about that. Ability to work with others, and then, have faith that that's where they're going to be when you have the ball or when you're looking to make a hand pass and just working downfield.
Yeah, I think that's the strength of having a side that is mostly topped up, is you do have that familiarity. You know just how far they're going to kick it. You know maybe where they might struggle. And you know you can always just be there for that backdoor option. I think, sometimes in these competitions when you're up against a combo team, there's a lot of chemistry they have to overcome that really, points it in favor of clubs like us who we're training. Even in the winter, there's snow on the ground, but we have indoor facilities, so we're year-round working, lifting, making it happen, so that come October we're always ready to go.
Let's talk about the competition here today. Just coming to Dublin, playing the Super Regional. How much was involved for you and for your teammates to make the trip?
Well, I picked some people up at the airport at midnight last night, so we got in late. We got ready to go this morning. But the competition is great. I mean, I have been around for 4 or 5 years now, Paige, much longer than me, but I've seen the competition levels rise just in my few years. So Denver players are working with some Austin players, and a lot of us are playing on the national team together, which helps them as well, and they get some continuity, and we're learning a higher level game. And then bringing on the younger kids around, or not younger kids, but the newer players as well.
Talk about your ambitions for this season. Obviously, last year you came just short. When you face San Francisco, I know that is on the back of your minds all season long. Talk about getting through this, getting to the next level, and having that opportunity.
Our goal is to get better every day. So it's us looking inside ourselves. Are we playing better? This year we're working on some things that we've seen other clubs do really well that maybe we could get better on. I'm not going to give away our secrets, but we're working hard on our structures, our flow, our, first to the ball, get it out, and how do we successfully get it out and get it up and not get it stuck in any certain spot. So, we just want to keep getting better every single day.
Well, congratulations to both of you. Congratulations to the Freeze. They definitely didn't melt in this heat here in Ohio. We wish you nothing but success the rest of the way.
Thanks so much.